Let's hit it.
Okay, let's race over to Ferrari, which that is their symbol, race, R-A-C-E. They're in the auto manufacturers industry. I have never seen this before. Share short percentage of float, 5,000%.
I think
That
it's
must be
because it's an
insane.
ADR. If you look at the
Okay.
shares that are floated, it kind of distorts it since it's
Okay.
an American Depository Receipt.
I knew that was kind of something that'd be there. But the PE ratio for a Ferrari race is 38.7. That's well below the industry, 80.7. And that is the industry of manufacturers, auto manufacturers. I guess Tesla probably drives that way up with their PE ratio. Price of sales, 8.9 versus 1. Price to book value, 17.3 versus 1.8. Price to cash flow is 26.3 versus 11.6. They do have a PEG ratio going forward, which is pretty good, 1.2, but the valuation ratios look terrible. Now, they have grown their earnings over last year by 12.4%. The industry was down 39%. Sales for Ferrari up 7.6, also very good because the industry was down 5.3. The 5-year earnings per share growth estimate from the analysts, 36.2%. That's well above the industry decline of 31.3. Now, they do pay a dividend. I'm kind of surprised in this. I think they brought that out a little bit later. It's 0.9%, almost 1%. They do use 33.5% of the earnings to pay that out. And then the balance sheet, we do see the current ratio is 1.7, same as the industry. Debt to equity, no problem here, 0.9 versus 0.5. They do see, let's see, I was going to look at intangible assets, 24.9 versus 3.3. I figured there'd be a lot of intangible assets there. We do see a net profit margin, very good. I knew this, 22.9 versus 1.8. They have managed to keep the price of the cars up and their profits very high. Return on equity is very good, 45%. Return on invested capital, 24.5. Those are good numbers. But the free cash flow, not so good. It's about 1.6 billion. The industry is at $3 billion. So disappointed there on Ferrari.
Yeah, current price here for Ferrari, again, their ticker symbol Easy Race, R-A-C-E. It's $399.08, 52-week range. The low here is $372.31, and the high, $519.10. So
They've had quite the pullback. Wow.
yeah, I mean, year to date, it is down about 7%. But I mean, this has been a great performer over the last 5 years, up 110. Over the last 10 years, up almost 600%, even with this recent pullback.
What time frame was that?
10 years.
I don't show them as a 10-year. I don't think they've been out for 10 years.
Might be then however long since they went public.
Yeah, I don't think they've been public for 10 years. Maybe I'm wrong. But, yeah.
It looks like they went public like end of 2015. So maybe yours isn't showing because it's not quite 10 years.
Not quite there yet. Yeah. Okay.
But anyways, going forward for this company, you go out to, let's see here, December 2026, estimated earnings per share, $12.14, gives you a target sale of 201.52. So, I mean, this thing still trades at 32 times future earnings. And I got to tell you, it tumbled because of their capital markets day this last week. I think it was down like 14%. The market did not like what it heard. And one thing I find interesting is they will be releasing about 20 new models over the next 5 years. I think this could cause problems for them. Number one, it's going to lose that exclusivity. Number two, I would have to imagine that would drive up costs, right? Because now if you're doing more customization, having different models, it's going to have to be different factories. There'd have to be more costs that go into it. I think this could be a big problem for Ferrari in terms of growing their earnings. And with a 32 times multiple, they're going to have good earnings growth.
And the thing, too, when you get a Ferrari, when you want to buy a Ferrari, you want to hear the sound of the engine. And same thing happened to Porsche. They have their EV. I forget the name of it, but
I think it's like the Taycan or something.
You can get one of those for half price because Porsche enthusiasts, Porsche owners do not want to get an electric car. And I think Ferrari's kind of the same thing. When you think of Ferrari, you don't think of an electric vehicle. You're not being practical. You're getting a sports car. I think that's going to cause Ferrari problems like it has for Porsche. Porsche is you want a nice car?
Well, it did change. They said by 2030 they'd have about 40% be electric vehicles. Now at that Capital Markets Day, they said 20%. So they are kind of saying, maybe we are wrong. And we'll see what happens with their Electrica that comes out next year.
Yeah, we'll see exactly.